Good day, everyone. This is Richard for another edition of Learning with Rich. So, in this lesson, I'm going to continue my discussion about Revit Structure 2017. So, in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to add and modify floor elements in Revit Structure. So, in this exercise, I'm going to add the floor. I'm going to show you how to add the shaft opening and modify the slope of the existing roof deck. So as you can see on this level, there's no floor here. And I'm going to show you how to modify your existing roof deck by changing its slope. Okay, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to open my second floor. So that is where I'm going to place my floor, my structural floor. So from the structure tab, so I'm going to select here the floor. Okay, so I'll just use the default floor here. Okay, and then I'm going to use the line tool to create the boundary of my floor. Okay, so I'm going to click this grid intersection here, my B1. So I click here. Okay, so I'm click here G1. Okay, so let me just check the chain here so I can create the boundary continuously. So G1, and then I click G4 here and D4, D3, and C3. Alright, and then after that I'm going to select the modify to terminate the creation of the boundary. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add here my offset. Okay, so I'm going to add an offset here. So I'm going to select these 5 sketches that I have created. So I'm going to control select. And then just to show you on the options bar, there is this option here that is called cantilevers concrete. So you can add here a distance, okay, an offset distance. So let's say I'm going to key in here minus 150 and then I enter. Okay, and then I select here modify. So in this view, I'm going to zoom in here just to make you notice. You see, notice that the magenta sketch line is along the grid line 1, and as you can see, there's a black line here that represents the edge of the concrete. Okay, so this is your 150. All right, so that's your 150. So later on, I'm going to show you. Okay, so you can use that option. Okay, then after that, as a rule in creating your sketch, you've got to make it close. Okay, so make sure it's close. So that's why for this time, I'm going to select the peak walls tool. Okay, I'm not going to extend this to the wall core, so I'm going to uncheck this. Alright, then I'm going to pick the interior face of this wall. Okay, and then this wall, and then this wall here. Okay, so that's the rule in creating the floor sketch. So make sure it's close. Okay, so just to make sure, so I'm going to trim this side here. Okay, and let me check the corners. All right, so this corner also. There you go. Okay, so every time you create the boundary of your floor, so make sure the boundary is close. It should be no intersection, no overlapping. So that's the rule. So it should be close, no intersection, no overlapping. Okay, and then after that, I'm now going to select check here to finish the creation of my floor. So I click this. Okay, so I'll just close this one. I no need to add the symbol. And would you like the walls go up to this floor's level to attach to its bottom? So I just select here no. There you go. So there's now my floor. Okay, so if I'm going to check here the 3D view, so it looks like this. So this is now the floor that I just created. Okay, so if I'm going to open my detail view here, let's say the edge detail. Okay, so this is the floor that I created. You see, if I'm going to measure this from here to here, that is actually the 150, the 150. Okay, now after I show you how to create your structural floor, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a shaft opening. Okay, so I'm going to create a shaft opening. So let me just go ahead, open the second floor here, and then I'm gonna zoom in. Let's say here I want to create an opening here. Okay, so to do that, from the structure tab, there's an opening panel here. So I'm going to use here shaft opening. So it creates a vertical opening that spans multiple levels, cutting through intervening roofs, floors, and ceilings. Okay, so you can also use this to create an opening on your ceiling and roof aside from the floor. Okay, so it's like the floor creation also, that wherein you need to create the boundary, making sure that it's close, no intersection, and no overlapping. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to select the shop opening here. Okay, and then let's say I'm going to add an offset distance. Oh, wait, I'll just select here peak lines tool. Okay, and then I add here an offset distance. So let's say I want an offset distance of 75. Okay, and then I'm now going to pick here. So there's the offset distance of 75. Here, here, and this one. All right, and then I'm going to use again the trim extend to corner, making sure that there's no intersection, it should be close, no overlapping. Okay, so this is now the boundary of my shop opening. And aside from that, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to add a symbolic line, okay, just to show or just to indicate that this is an opening. All right, so I'm going to select the symbolic line here. So I'll just create a cross mark here. There you go. And then modify. And then I can also change here the top constraint of my opening. So at the moment, my opening will start on at my second floor level, and then it will end here unconnected. Top constraint. So I'm going to change this to roof. So my opening will be from second floor until the roof level. And then I can also add here an offset distance. So let's say I add my top offset here 900. So from the roof level, the opening will move up for another 900 mm. Okay. And then after that, I select here check to finish my opening. There you go. And then I select modify. So as you can see, there's the symbol along with the opening. Okay, so in case I want to modify the opening, I'll just select the opening here, and then I can select here edit sketch. So no problem. So you can still modify the opening of your shaft. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to change it. Now I'm gonna select the 3D here just to show you the opening. So there's the opening. Shaft opening, it's a separate entity wherein you can select it separately. You see, I can select the shaft opening. Okay, and then from the roof level, it moves up for another 900. Actually, you can also use the shape handle here if you want to move your opening, right? Okay, or you can just key in here manually, like for example 900. There you go. And then after that, I'm going to select here modify. So that's my opening. Okay, now I want you to notice also that the so aside from the shaft extended through the roof, also notice that the roof here, this one, is horizontal and does not slope with the framing. So as you can see, my roof here is not following the slope of my framing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the slope of the roof deck. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to open here my roof level. So this is my roof level. And then I'm going to select now the roof here. Okay, so I'm going to select the roof. So I can move my pointer along. this line here, and then I'm going to press the tab continuously until it highlights the roof deck, just like that. Okay, so remember, every time you press your tab, it cycles the selection, right? So I'll just continuously press tab until it select or highlights my roof deck, just like this one. So once you see that my roof deck is now highlighted, so I'm going to select now, to select it. And then from the Modify Floors contextual tab, so there is a panel here, Shape Editing. So I'm going to select your peak supports. Okay. So according to the definition, it defines split lines and creates constant bearing lines for the slab when you select a beam. So I'm going to select a beam here. Okay, so I'm going to select the peak supports. Okay, so I'll start selecting the beams along my grid 1. Okay, so I pick this. Alright, so I pick this. I pick this one, and then I'm going to pick this one. Alright, okay. So notice that the slope lines are updated as I pick or as I select each beam. So I'll continue again here on my beam here, this beam here, this beam, okay, this beam, beam. Okay, then along grid 3, click the beam, beam here, beam. It's a very beautiful, very nice tool, pick supports. Okay, pick here, and last one. There you go. And then after that, I select your modify to deselect or terminate the pick supports tool. Okay, so if I'm going to change now my view to 3D, voila. So there's now my roof deck. Okay, so it now follows the slope of my frame. So there you go. So that's the exercise. So in this exercise, I have shown you how to create your floor, structural floor. And then we just created also the opening, okay, shaft opening, and then have shown you how to modify the slope of the roof deck. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestion, you can put it on the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. You can also subscribe to this channel and to my blog site. I already put it on the description of this video so that every time I create a video, you will be notified. Okay? And once again, this is Rich from Learning with Rich. Have a good day.